Hello, good morning and happy new month to you all. We're excited to start off the month of June on this note with you on our screens, or with us on your screens rather. And we're excited, like I said, it's the month of June. I will wish you a happy new month. My name is Margaret Opera and I have my amazing colleague in the building, Michael Nash. Good morning, Michael.
Believe it or not, this is halfway into 2021.
Oh yeah,
Before you know it,
we're done.
another year is rolling
Yeah,
by.
it's so fast. When did we just say Happy New Year? Like, it feels like yesterday and today they're saying,
Honestly.
oh wow, that's an amazing one then.
Well, we are here again to do it the way we do it every morning for you here on iBrand Daybreak. Let's give you an idea of what we have in store for you today on the show. We've got news update, newspaper review, topic of discussion, which you will be part of and get to know exactly what we have in store. Then, of course, we have sports review with Jidechi. Tweet Central will cap it all up, and that will be towards the end of the show. Right now, let's raise the curtain on news updates. President Muhammadu Buhari has charged the nation's security and intelligence agencies to expedite efforts towards the recovery of the 200 children kidnapped from an Islamic school in Niger State. The president gave the order in a statement issued by his spokesman Malam Garba Shehu in Abuja Monday. According to the presidential aide, the president, who received briefing on the latest incident of school kidnapping, condemned the incident. He urged all the agencies involved in the rescue operation to do their utmost in securing their immediate release. He also directed that the concerned government agencies to extend possible support to the families of the kidnapped children. The police command in Niger on Sunday confirmed the abduction of school children and some residents of Tegina in Rafi local government area of Niger State.
And now the River State Commissioner of Police, Eboka Friday, has ordered a full-scale investigation into an explosion that rocked the popular Mile 3 motor park on Monday morning in Port Harcourt, River State. The CP Friday gave the order while confirming the incident on Monday afternoon. He said the explosion was from a locally made dynamite planted in the fish shop inside the park, saying the son of the lady who owns the shop was injured along with others. The investigation was to ascertain the cause of the explosion and ensure that those behind it will face the full weight of the law.
Now, former presidential candidate and publisher of online news medium Sahara Reporters, Omoyele Sowore, has been injured by tear gas canister fired by a police operative in Abuja. Sowore was reportedly shot on Monday by a female police officer at the Unity Fountain in Abuja. The activist was preparing to hold a rally with some associates when the incident happened at the Unity Fountain in Abuja Monday. Footage of the incident showed Sowore falling on the ground after the canister hit him. Deji Adeyonju, another activist, confirmed the incident, adding that Sowore has been rushed to a hospital for medical attention.
And now the African Union lawmakers scuffled during a parliament meeting in Johannesburg on Monday, May 31st, because they could not agree over the process to elect a new president for the AU's legislative body. The scenes broadcast on South Africa's national broadcaster SABC showed lawmakers shuffling over a ballot box and shouting before the election was suspended. Lawmakers from West Africa reportedly disagreed with their colleagues from Southern Africa on whether the presidency should move around the various regions of Africa on a rotational basis. Since the Pan-African Parliament was founded in 2004, there had never been a president from the South. The last two presidents of the Pan-African Parliament have been from West Africa. The African Union is made up of 55 member states representing all the countries on the African continent.
World Health Organization Director General Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus says smokers have up to a 50% higher risk of developing severe disease and death from COVID-19. He said this in a statement to commemorate World No Tobacco Day, globally marked on May the 31st, to highlight the health risks associated with tobacco use and advocate effective policies to reduce tobacco consumption. According to him, quitting is best thing smokers can do to lower their risk from coronavirus, as well as the risk of developing cancers, heart diseases, and respiratory illnesses. The Director General announced that WHO was taking advantage of digital tools to help tobacco users and had released the Quit Challenge chatbot and the artificial intelligence digital health worker Florence.
All right, now at this point, we got it a wrap for the news. Now, up next is review from the daily papers. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. Found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neo. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Swift dry cleaners limit.
Okay, we are here again to do it the way we do it at this time on the show. It's time now to bring you the headlines in some of today's Nigerian dailies, and we're kicking off with The Nation. Abiodun's ex-aide to be arraigned in US June 8th. IPOP's sit at home turns bloody. 5 dead in Enugu, Ebonyi. JAM extends UTME registration by 2 weeks. Robbers invade Oyo towns with POS machine. And we also have as the banner headline there, 2-week ultimatum for bankers to declare assets. With riders there, defaulters to forfeit assets. EFCC, no sacred cows. Over to you, Margaret.
I will now move to the Punch. The top story has now there's a picture of Olowoye Sowore, like he was shot lately, and there's a picture there. And now the top story saying Ebonyi herdsmen killing rise to 52. Niger bandits kill 16. Now the writer saying 4 policemen, 7 others gunned down in fresh southeast region attacks. We closed shops when Hausa youths were brandishing cutlasses coming from Igbo traders. And Gulak's mother, governors worried. ACF warns northerners. Wike attacks Uzodinma. And now it says SAN orders berate Buhari regime for attack on Sowore. Sanwo-Olu asks federal government to fund Lagos-Badagry highway construction. Page 6 has the story. And Bisman kicks as guard arrest for mother dies in police custody. Gunman robs 25 Oyo State households, steal money with POS machine. Now the top of the paper says, customs demand private aircraft papers, targets higher revenue. Page 20 has the story. Process to prosecute 400 arrested Boko Haram sponsors ongoing, coming from the AGF. And oil export revenue dropped by 98% in April, says the NNPC. Jusun plots to stop judgment delivery in Supreme and Appeal Court. And NNPC plans to acquire stakes in 6 private refineries. And finally, federal government awards marginal oil fields to AA, Rano, Matrix, and others. Page 29 has the full story.
Over now to this day, Nigeria concludes marginal field bid round 18 years after. With riders there, 80 winners get award certificates. NNPC eyes stakes in 5 more private refineries. A stock market sheds 812 billion naira in May as investors weigh options. Southeast grounded as residents comply with sit-at-home order. Banks, schools, government offices, markets closed, streets deserted. Afenifere Ohaneze, Middle Belt Sikh National Conference to birth new constitution. The new Adamawa Borno Yobe ranked Nigeria's most dangerous states. Back to you, Margaret.
And now the Vanguard paper, from the top to the bottom, the top says Biafra Day. Businesses shut as Southeast records total lockdown. Page 7 has the story. JAM says no further extension of registration deadline. That's for the 2021 UTME examinations. Wake up Nigeria in precipice. Afenifere Ohaneze tell Buhari. Produce your asset form or go to jail. EFCC warns bank owners and workers. Now on the business scene, investors lose 812 billion naira in May. June presents bleak outlook. Now the top story says Gulak, about Gulak's death. I phoned him to wish him safe journey home coming from the sun, and says he was in Imo for constitution review assignment. Gulak's killers won't go unpunished. This is coming from Uzodimma. However, youth withdraw threats against Hope Uzodimma assure Igbo's safety in the north. Ohaneze northern governors in Gige reps minority. Kakus orders mourn. APC PDP by car. And now the side of the paper says 2023, why are we run again? Coming from Mogalo. And don't join in beating drums of war for Nigeria's breakup. Ganduje begs editors. Now, the picture here, NGE holds biennial convention. Amnesty International reacts as police allegedly shot Showore in Abuja. We have no record of him being shot, coming from the police. Now, this is on page 9. And Apapa Godluck, how MPA Latsma police orders frustrate e-collapse system. Now, this is coming from the truckers. All right, Michael, you know, some of the stories here, majority of them are related with the same old gist of killings, kidnap, banditry, and the headline from the Punch says Ebonyi herdsmen killings rise to 52. Niger bandits kill 16. And another story again saying gunmen rob 25 in Oyo State estate households, steal money with POS machines. The state of insecurity is becoming, how would I say it's becoming disheartening? It has always been disheartening.
In fact, it has almost gotten to a very hopeless state, you know. Nothing is being done about, seems to be done about it, and it's worsening by the day. And the way things are going, it's like it is spreading across the country. Before now, it used to concentrate at the northern part of the country. Right now, I think the southeast.
It's now, Imo is currently in bloodbaths. Like every now and then there is a story coming from that state.
I really don't know. It's like the government is totally in confusion, not knowing what next to do to arrest this situation. We have our fingers crossed, that's all I can say.
Yeah, well, we'll talk more about this in the topic we have later on. But now we'll take a short break, we'll be right back.
Oh boy, winning you was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This fufu is so nice.
It's true unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes, true unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare, fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and his energy level is boosted.
Through unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural, a product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. Through unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores.
It's still Daybreak Tuesday here on iBrandTV and the first day of June. Welcome once again if you're just joining. And now this is time for us to bring you the topic we have for discussion today. Advocating for peace seems like an impossible feat to reach in a security-threatening environment such as ours here in Nigeria. Today's topic we'll be talking about the state of security in the country. Any need to panic? Well, joining us right here to discuss this topic further is a United Nations Ambassador for Peace, Good Governance and Sustainable Environment in the person of Ambassador Philip Obuesi.
Good morning, Ambassador.
Yeah, good morning and welcome to the show once again. Beautiful. So we're talking about insecurity in Nigeria, and this is getting worse by the day. Despite all efforts, despite all screams here and there, there seems not to be any solution in sight. What is your thought about this?
The state of insecurity has become, it is no longer a child's play. And I think those in positions of leadership in Nigeria are still thinking that it's a child's play. Those in positions of leadership, our government, those in authority, I want to believe that they do not really appreciate the level that we have gone. They do not appreciate it. And it will take an inspired leader to bring us out of this present situation. Feels that the government has failed them. Yet the government is still grandstanding. When you do not understand the level of danger that lies ahead of you, and you are still grandstanding, you do not know that the rug has been pulled off your feet. That is the situation of those in positions of leadership in Nigeria as we speak. They still think that all is well. They still think that they are in control. Yet, ethnic nationalities from the north to the south have taken control. Just because the city centers are still somewhat safe. Just because the city centers in Lagos and in Abuja and in some other cities are a little bit safe. The government and has failed to appreciate the danger that we have here now. So I will use this opportunity to call on the government. This is not the time to grandstand as leaders. This is not the time to think that people respect and honor you as leaders. People have left you. The nation has left you. I mean, from the councillors to the commissioners, to the House of Assembly members, to the National Assembly members, governors, and presidency. The people have left them. They are not in
All right.
control. We only have relative peace
All
at the
right,
city
Barrister,
centers.
I'll,
But the leadership has lost
I
the
want to
country.
cut you here now because you made mention of the leadership leaving the country. Now, the same people who are leaders of the nation are the same persons before elected doing the campaign promises. Majority of the campaign promises were centered on tackling insecurity, fighting corruption, and all of it. And yet they keep failing for every time since the inception of the democracy system of government. I'm sure most of the campaign promises, insecurity would have been one of those things that they would promise. So where are they getting it wrong? Because if from years to years they keep promising the same thing and the people still knowing that these things are not working and still voting the same persons into power, is it that the citizens are the ones getting it wrong? Or the government, would the citizens believe would safeguard them? One of the roles of the government is to safeguard life and properties, and this is what they are failing in. So who exactly are we to blame? The people voting or the government failing to keep to their promise?
Sincerely, it is the government. It is those in positions of leadership. Not because they promised, because at the point they were making those promises, they were conscious of the implement, they cannot achieve what they were promising. But you see, the government is running on a very false or wrong model. The model of governance, the strategy they have adopted is a strategy that is archaic. The strategy or the model is not 21st century compliant. The strategy the government is working on, the model of governance, our leaders, not only at the presidential level, the presidency level, across board, at the local government level, archaic. We cannot work with the 21st century people. Now, if we do not have access to international news and international civilization, this system of governance will work for us. But you cannot work when we see what is going on, what the level of governance in other clients that's been delivered to other people, other countries. Where top-notch governance is being delivered, where government is responsible. So the issue is that the model is wrong. A model that is ethnic-based, a model that is religious-based, a model that seeks the superiority of one person over the other, a model that is based on force of arms. These days, you attack me with the force of arm, I attack you with intelligence. That is what is going on now. And there's an extent to which you can brutalize people. There's an extent to which you can intimidate people. We are human beings. These people, they make all the money. You see, when you working with iBrandTV and I know you, and I know the extent of your wealth, then suddenly you enter into government and you become extremely wealthy. People see it now, and you become so wealthy. You become overwhelmingly wealthy, yet people go to bed hungry.
Okay.
People see it now.
All right.
So the governance model is wrong. The governance model, it has to be changed.
It's all right. Now, last Sunday, we heard of, not that we heard, everybody now knows it. It's a fact that former President Goodluck Jonathan's aide, Ahmed Gulak, was shot and killed in Imo State. And some people are of the view that this killing was politically motivated. Would you share that view?
Some people say what?
It was politically motivated.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Those that play politics with the lives of human beings, they should know. The government that has failed in providing good governance, they should know. The governors, the presidency, the National Assembly members that have refused to provide good governance, they should know. I'm just an ordinary citizen. It's gruesome, is dastardly, it is condemnable that we have allowed the rude ethnic militias to reign in our country. It is now almost becoming impossible for the government security. Now security has fallen into, the hands of gangs. Yet some people sit down somewhere and claim that they are leaders. They are governors. They are senators, the president, the councillor, the local government chairman. People sit down in positions and claim that they are this or that, yet within their jurisdictions, under their watch, thugs, miscreants, and they are holed up in government houses all over, spread across the country, and grandstand as leaders. They are no leaders. They are still leaders because some people sing their praises. All these councillors, they do nothing. All these local government chairmen.
Barrister, now, let's bring us back to the.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, now let's bring us back to the topic of discussion today. It says the state of security, any need for panic. Now, if you look through the national dailies today, majority of the stories carried those news of killings, banditry, all of it. It's been a trend for I think since the beginning of this year and beyond. And now, with the recent killings in Ebonyi, Niger, Kaduna, Imo State, would you say there is still a need for panic, or everyone should just be calm and be hopeful that there will be a better Nigeria tomorrow, even as we pray and hope, as the president has instructed us to do, always instruct us to do anyway?
The question.
Can you hear me now, sir?
I can hear you.
Now the topic for today says the state of security, any need for panic. So I'm asking, with the recent developments in Imo State, Ebonyi, Niger State, Kaduna State, is there still a need for panic, or we still have to be hopeful and be prayerful as the president has instructed us to be, always instructs us to be?
I don't think, if I get your question right, I don't think there is the need for panic amongst the people. We still have to repose confidence in our state, in the country. The great countries of the world that some of our brothers and sisters have migrated to, those countries were built by the sweat and the blood of fellow citizens. So with what is going on across the country, from Imo State to Ebonyi State to Kaduna to everywhere, we do not have to lose hope.
Okay.
We still need to be confident that the few people in government that are delivering governance with human face, that with no time, that things will fall in place. So we do not need to panic. I have seen the Nigerian Armed Forces deliver on their mandates. Some government officials deliver on their mandate. I believe that with time, if the government does what is right and puts aside policies of exclusion, we will arrest the situation.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
There's no need for
Thank
panic.
you so much, Barrister. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on this.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you very much there.
Thank you very much. All right, we've been speaking with Ambassador Philip Obuesi. He is the United Nations Ambassador for Peace, Good Governance and Sustainable Development. He's also a lawyer. And we'll take a short break now. Up next, we'll have Judechi, the sports guru, bring us up to speed with what's happening in the world of sports. Stay with us.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. Found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neo. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash.
You're welcome back to the show. This is still iBrand Daybreak. It's our first edition for the month of June, and we're excited to be on your screens. Yes, I said we're supposed to have sports, but because there's an interesting tweet right now to read, I'm going to read it to you, and I'm sure you're going to be excited to hear it. And if you're just joining us, you've missed a greater part of the show. But not to worry, later in the day, we'll have a repeat belt. Be sure not to miss that. And also tomorrow, it's Wednesday, we'll have an interesting conversation, interesting time with you on the show today. But before that, let's go into the tweet center now. Trending, the first tweet trending is flowers from the grave. It says, at Plum Man says, my ex-husband stole flowers from a graveyard every morning and put it on my car. I didn't learn about the grave robbing till it was divorce time. Oh, wow. And then replying to that, someone says, as Pricemonth says, I guess the marriage crashed because he was trying too hard to impress you. And someone replied, Evie _ Isoko _ cheap says, I guess the marriage crashed. Oh, no, he said, grave offense, rather. That was the previous reaction I read. But this guy now is saying that's a grave offense. And replying that, official Just Kid says, technically, you are owing a lot of people. Do the needful. And the next one, okay, before then, Michael, about this story, a husband picking flowers from the graveyard every morning to put on his wife's car. I don't know, what do you call that?
That's scary.
That's scary. And why don't you just buy flowers if your wife loves flowers?
Why must it be from the grave?
Oh, wow. You know, they are really beautiful flowers. And if you go to cemeteries, you see really beautiful flowers there. But then it's scary. The thought of even going to the graveyard alone.
That's the source, the grave. That is mysterious.
And someone called it grave offense.
I don't know. It's really scary. I don't know.
All right. And okay, now the next trending, it's the meanest things. Auntie Ada is asking, what's the meanest thing anyone has ever told you that you had to leave and never speak to them anymore? Wow, if I had to say anything, I don't think people have told me mean things like that. But I'll just read through replies. At Ami_BK said, ex-husband said, it had been better I bled to death while delivering my second baby. Oh, wow, that's mean. That's really mean. And Usi_Price said, help my friend who stays in the East to shop at Lagos markets. And she said, I didn't price it well because it's expensive. Then she said, I've been in Lagos all my life and I'm not smart. Oh, wow. You know, wow. You know, I don't even know what to say at this point.
Talking about meanest things people have said to one, as far as I'm concerned, there is nothing somebody says that moves me except those things that really matter. Yeah. All right? Now, somebody may have some ill intention and may not have the capacity to carry it out physically, and would want to fall back on verbal approach. And in that case, the person would expect you to react accordingly to suit whatever expectations he has. So in that case, I don't get moved at all. You see, what one says matters only when it means something to me. Do you understand? If there is something positive, I can benefit or derive from it.
You know, people should try to I like to say, before you spit out something, taste it before you spit. Do not dish from a plate. Do not dish for someone in a place you can't eat from. You get? So before you say something, always taste your word, because words are seeds. Words can hurt. Imagine the lady whose ex-husband told her it's better she bled to death than when delivering her second baby.
How that marriage came to be.
Well, well, that's for her to wonder and for us to wonder. We don't pray. We meet people who tell us things or make us want to be devastated. At this point, we have to wrap up the show. Thank you.
But not until we've taken the quote.
Of course, we're going to take the quotes.
All right, the quote for today: the road to success and the road to failure are almost exactly the same. Repeat, the road to success and the road to failure are almost exactly the same. Colin R. Davis.
Oh, wow. So that quote is self-explanatory. Like,
it is, really.
Remind me what the Bible said, the way that seemeth right unto a man, therein is instruction. So that way you think is the right way to go. The road to failure and the road to success might seem the same thing, but trust me, there is a difference if you look closely. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today. My name is Margaret Opara.
Tomorrow will be another day. Whatever you've missed today, we promise to make it up to you tomorrow. So be there. Michael Nath here.
Bye for now.